You remember that when I come and we do this time together, I sit on the steps instead of on my knees back there like Jim does, because if I did what he does, I'd never be able to get back up again. So I'd have to spend the rest of my service time. Anyway, here we are. Today we're going to talk about talents. The gifts we have to be able to do the things we like to do. And there are all sorts of kinds of talents or gifts of the Spirit that people have. Some people are talented in sports, and they can play sports well. And some people are talented at music, and they can play musical instruments or sing. Or some people are talented at cooking, and they can make good food. And there are all sorts of talents. Do any of you have any talents that you like to use?
Lego.
Lego? You're good at doing Lego, are you?
I like building machines.
So you build machines. Do you have a model that you use to build them, or do you just figure them out and do it?
Well, I've made this one, and it's a tic-tac machine.
A tic-tac machine. And what does it do?
You put 1 cent into it, and then it pushes a little jar of the other end, and the coin drops into the coin bank, and then you take it out, and then you get the coin. And then it's a tic-tac.
So that's a good machine if you can get somebody else to drop the coin in.
1 cent.
Anybody else have some talents they'd like to? You have a talent? What do you?
I have a talent of
Art. That's a great talent, yeah. That's a great talent. What's your talent? Pardon me? What is it? Huh? So in your machine, if you put money into it, you get jelly beans as a reward. That sounds like I like your machine better. Did you have a talent? Did you say?
I can find lots in nature.
You can find a lot. You're good at looking for stuff in nature. How about you? You don't know. Well, we could talk about that in a minute.
He has the talent of being cute.
You're good at math. That's a great talent to have. So he has a talent of being cute. I was going to ask if I have the talent of being cute, but no, I won't go there. Today the talents that we're going to talk about here later on in church, and you can think about, are the talents that we use for helping other people. Lots of us have talents for doing something for other people. Sometimes the challenge is just thinking about what we can do to make life better for them, and sometimes we can do stuff to help out. And I was thinking about that, and I was remembering when I think I was a little bit younger than you, Catherine, but maybe just a wee bit older than you guys, and I remember every Saturday I used to go to the YMCA in Calgary for the program we had every Saturday. And it started out in the gym. Every Saturday we'd be in the gym, and they'd put out all the equipment for doing stuff in the gym, for turning somersaults or for jumping or for swinging and stuff like that. And that was the first part of the program that you did on Saturday, and I hated it because I was no good at any of it. I was a little bit fat, chubby, and the one piece I remember is they had these rings. Have you ever been on the rings? And they hung down from the ceiling, and they had rings, and you'd put your hands in the rings, and then you'd swing with the rings. And do you love doing that?
Yeah, I'm very good at that.
Are you good at that?
And at school I can do, it's like
How do you get up to the rings?
I just jump or grab on.
See, I don't remember that part. I think some of the kids could jump up and get them, but I couldn't. I had to have somebody lift me. And I was a little bit heavy, so I was hard to lift up. So they'd get me up until I could just get my fingertips onto the rings, and then they'd start pushing me, and I'd go back and forth, and my grip would loosen as I did it, and finally I'd fall off the rings. The problem is that you had to do the gym stuff, or else you couldn't go for a swim, and I liked going for a swim. So I found something I could do that kind of got me into the swim. And that is, they had really big heavy mats then, not like now. Now you have really thin, but they had big heavy mats, and they kept those mats in cupboards in the gym. And in the morning, the leaders would take all the mats out and put them down on the floor so we could turn somersaults and everything on. And then the mat cupboard was empty, so I could hide in the mat cupboard and pull the door closed and stay in there for gym. Sometimes they caught me and then I couldn't go for a swim, but often I got to stay in the mat cupboard for the whole time. And then I got to go for a swim. And then after that, they had a movie, and everybody liked the movie. There was great westerns and stuff like that, and our mothers always packed a lunch for us so we could watch the movie and have our lunch. And then after the movie, this was where I got to use my talent. I was on the crew that helped clean up after everybody had gone. We would put the chairs away, and a lot of kids just left their lunch bags full of garbage on the floor, and so we'd pick that up and put it away. And, that didn't seem like much of a talent, because anybody could clean up. Problem is, nobody wanted to. But I liked doing that. And there were other kids that would work with me, and we would do that. And every Saturday, I remembered that cleanup was a good time, and they made a kind of a club for us, and we got some special rewards. And I don't remember the rewards, but I remember there were just some other people that wanted to clean up like I did, and so then I had some friends to work with and to do something. So that was my talent that I would share. Now, I'm going to just carry on, because usually we just sing this song and then go off to class, but there was this one of the hymns that was in the that was listed for today is called "Small Things Count," and the choir people said this is a good song to sing when everybody's here, when you're here. So we're going to sing that before you go off to class. Small things count. So maybe we can stand as we sing that.